So what is going on, everybody? We are not on the water, but we're doing some maintenance on the old Malibu. So this is a 2007 Malibu LSV, and what we are doing today is changing out the impeller. So we have the impeller, we have a puller to pull the old impeller out, and then with our impeller came 2 gaskets and a seal. So we'll investigate our seals and gaskets when we pull them out. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys where it is in the boat. So you obviously got to get to the engine. It is in a peculiar spot. So the impeller goes right in here. There's 4 bolts that hold the impeller on, and your impeller sucks up water to help cool the boat. So we've changed the oil in the boat a few times. It's pretty easy. The impeller doesn't look too difficult. We've heard that it's in there pretty snug, so the impeller does come with some lubricant. We'll try that and see if it's easier to get it in and out. But put the GoPro down in the bay so that you guys have a better view of what's going on. So right there is the impeller, and you need to take off 4 bolts. I actually may have it. These aren't on here very tight.
They're not?
No, the one that you got off first was not.
Oh,
So those are the 4. Once we get it off, I'll bring you back. One thing to keep in mind on the impeller, that little lid that we pop off, the pattern for how it fits is there's a larger gap between this top bolt and these middle bolts and that bottom bolt and the middle bolt. So just remember when you're putting it on, there's really only one way for that lid to go. So now we're going to try and use the puller to pull out this impeller. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Alright, so we're going to use an impeller puller to try and help ourselves. Does that go the other way? I don't know how tight to get her.
right. Yep.
Oh, it's coming out now. It's like birthing a baby. You're almost there. You probably just pull it out now. So that's what you're left with. Just kind of a gaping hole. And give the impeller an inspection. So this is maybe 2 or 3 seasons. You can just see a little bit of warping on a few of the splines, but always good to just throw it in the boat if you need one in a pinch. If something happens when you're out on the water, it's good to have one as a backup. So we'll just keep this as a backup. But hopefully this will make our life easier when it comes to, you have to slide that back in the housing for the impeller. Never saw anyone else use lubricant, but hopefully this will be.
Oh, I saw one where a guy used it.
Did it make life easier for him?
It seemed like it. I mean, they give it to you. So it almost feels like, I don't know what kind of oil
is it thin?
Yeah.
So we'll just lube this up, and then we'll gotta use 2 different cameras for this. The big camera can't fit in that tiny little spot. Oh, that went in way too easy.
It's not in though.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, you put the first of it in so quickly, so it seemed like the lubrication helped. Well, this is what we're running across, and it seems like a lot of people do as well. Is once you start getting her in there, it's a little tighter. So once we get it in, I'll come back to you. All right, so I had to 2-hand it to get it to get enough leverage, but perfectly smooth. So we'll slap the gasket on. Once the gasket goes on, we'll put that lid back over. And one thing we noticed when we took this off is these bolts were not really tight at all. And it could be that these, because they're brass bolts, that's why they weren't tightening them down too much. Brass is a weak metal. Sure hate to snap one off in this little area. It'd be hard to get it out. So we'll put the gasket on. Coming down, keep coming. Okay, that should be close.
Okay, can you just hold that right in there?
Got it. Well, we'll get these buttoned up and then we'll test her. There's some water leaking. So a small hiccup, I don't know, not a hiccup. There was a leak and we thought it was the impeller that was leaking, but it's actually the whole unit. So there's a bushing and a bearing in between. This goes to the block and then this is the pump. The block spins the pump and this bushing is, or the bearing is gone, so water is actually leaking out of that. So we got to get a whole new pump. The impeller was easy to change, so if you ever need help changing an impeller, you know, that's certainly something to look into. This video should help, but we have a bigger issue, so we'll get that part ordered and we'll get it dropped in. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, folks, and we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.